Hello Virgos, welcome back to my channel today, Caseyleighreiki. I am Casey and we're going to be doing your general reading for July. This is going to be my Virgo sun, moon, rising, and or Venus signs. Or if you feel drawn to check any other placements, usually I say Jupiter is a good one for growth and expansion. You can check your north node, stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like this was probably going to be pretty simple today. For some reason, I feel like this is more a sun, moon, rising, not even a Virgo, Venus type vibe today. I feel like it's more so sun, moon, rising. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my shirt. So take it as it resonates. If it doesn't, that's cool. Sometimes it won't. It's just not your story. Sometimes you had to switch the roles. That's cool too. So just a couple things to keep in mind because energy is fluid, so we all work through it differently. If you guys want to check out any of my other social platforms like Instagram or TikTok, please check out the description box down below. You'll see everything, and I'll also have my TikTok tag appear on the screen somewhere. And yeah, if you want to book a reading with me or an energy healing session, everything you need to know about me is down below. And of course, if you guys like the way I read, if you want to keep hanging out with me and get notified of all my upcoming videos, then I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification for more. So guys, let's get right into it. I want to pull from the secret language of light, which is this here. I don't know why I'm really drawn to this for you guys, but I know that a lot of the videos that I have posted for the signs this month, almost all of them really, have been about some form of like betrayal or deception or someone just basically treating you poorly. But it's been a heavy dose of deception, which, I don't really love. But for some reason, I want to pull this for you guys. Specifically for the signs that I've left. I have to do you guys. I think I have to do Libra and Gemini. I feel like everyone is going through, oh my god, a crazy transition right now. Yesterday was, well, today's Monday as I'm recording. Yesterday was Sunday, where I did my TikTok live where I did readings for all the elements, and I think almost all of them had an overlapping theme of acceptance, surrendering, releasing control. A lot of the same messages of just kind of surrendering and allowing that to, free you from what is going on. So I don't know if this will be something similar, but we're going to see what happens. So I kind of want to pull this at the end. I don't want to pull it in the beginning, and usually I always do, but for some reason it's like, no, you have to do this at the end. So with that being said, we are going to leave that. We're going to pull some regular tarot, and we're just going to see what's going on for you guys. I'm just going to get my normal regular tarot deck here, Rider-Waite. So Virgos, what do we have for Virgos? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for July, please. Wow, all the cards that are coming up as I'm splitting the deck to shuffle them, not exactly great. Kind of looks like you're leaving something, or you're trying to leave something. You're trying to move to the next cycle of life, right? What messages do we have for Virgo? I feel like you guys are like, a lot of what I'm feeling is definitely past energy. It does not really feel present. We all work through it differently, like I said, but it feels a lot of past energy. I just feel, this like emotion of like, this isn't okay. I'm done. Like, not even like the anger behind it. No, like sadness or disappointment or anything like that. Just very clear and concise. Like, I am done. I'm done. That's it. I feel like you have even already purged this thing out of your life. Whatever it is. Okay, one more. Whoops. There is, again, another really strong feeling of like surrendering and saying, no, I will not accept this anymore. I won't tolerate this in my life. I can't keep saying yes to these things that are not good for me or don't light me up. And a bird just came and hung out over there. I love that. Okay, one more, I lied. And that's, 555. Changes. Whoops. All right. There is this moment of, it might, I have to say this very specifically, I don't know why, but they're saying that it might feel like defeat, but it's not defeat. It's the act of surrendering, and it's acceptance. Okay. So we have the Empress in reverse at the bottom. So this says to me that if you guys are feminine energies watching this, you could either be very out of touch with your feminine energy here with the Empress. This is also Taurus and Libra, which you might have in your chart, or you could be dealing with someone like this. This doesn't necessarily feel like someone else to me. It could very well indicate a bad relationship with a mother figure. It could also indicate your inability to bring something into this world, like kind of symbolically giving birth to something and feeling kind of blocked in a way of abundance, or you could even feel like I'm being blocked in the area of love or romance even for some of you, because, you know, Empress, Taurus, and Libra, this is Venus energy, it's divine feminine. But for me, I feel like this is you guys feeling as though your feminine energy itself is being stifled or blocked or stunted. Feels like it's very much so being stunted. Like, it feels as though whatever it is that you're doing or that you were allowing in your life was a disservice to your feminine energy. You were not treating your feminine energy like respectfully by allowing something in your life. It's like she was stunted. Tell me every 2 birds now. And they're red. Which makes me think of cardinals. They are not cardinals, but they are red. Which red for me, I mean, as a Reiki master, I always think about the root chakra. So I feel like this wasn't, whatever you were doing was not a secure, a safe, a stable choice for you to make, whatever you were doing. And your divine feminine, I feel like, was just like screaming out, and you were like, enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. I have chills. Enough is enough. You know, I'm doing a disservice to myself. Like, this isn't like this feminine empowering energy. It's like this really does feel like, this feels like a huge imbalance of femininity. Like a huge imbalance of your feminine energy. It feels like you guys are so out of touch with that energy, or you were out of touch with that, doing what you were doing, and then, you know, you kind of like clicking into this, no, enough is enough, that like, I'm done. That surrendering or defeating feeling that you might feel. It's like your divine feminine almost like yelling so loudly within you that she just kind of like explodes out of you, and you're like, that's it, I'm done. Like, you just make that final decision and you're like, we're done here, it's over. It's like quick, very quick. It makes me emotional too. This connection that you guys are having, or that you are missing, that divine feminine, it's also that motherly, you know, figure or caretaker energy, the nurturing energy, the compassionate energy. And it's like you didn't have that for yourself, so maybe you accepted less than what you deserve because you didn't have that. It makes my eyes just like well up. It makes me fucking emotional, because that's really shitty. Okay, so we have Page of Cups. This is what I kind of feel like whoever you're dealing with, if it's another person, this is who I think the other person is. And usually the Page of Cups reverse is kind of like, someone could be charming and maybe not trust what they say or trust what they are offering, because it could be just charming on the outside, but it's kind of like a facade and there's some other stuff underlying. But this, for me, intuitively feels like you denying someone, because again, you're like standing up for that part of yourself. You're denying someone, or you're denying a part of you where you're like, no, I'm not going to apologize to that person, and standing up for yourself. I'm not going to apologize to that person because I didn't do anything wrong. And I don't care what they have to say about it. No, I'm not going to just give in and let them talk to me this way, or I'm not going to let them treat me this way. I'm not going to continually say yes to these circumstances that make me feel awful. Like, I'm disrespecting myself and my inner feminine by allowing someone else to treat me like that. So that Page of Cups in reverse, to me, is you saying no, putting up your hand and saying absolutely not. Like, no one crosses that line, never again, and being so determined to move past what this energy is and reconnect to your inner feminine. Which, like, makes sense, because honestly, I believe part of me wants to say that I think Virgo is actually a feminine, like, energy in itself. Gender doesn't matter. I just feel like I'm pretty sure it's a feminine energy, which makes sense that you guys could become like hostile over that, you know, hostile about not being able to connect with that energy, because that's kind of like innately within you. So thus far we stopped. We have 9 of Swords on the bottom here. 9 of Swords, and you also have Queen of Pentacles, which makes me feel like you guys are maybe like you were feeling anxious or paranoid of like rethinking all these things, and maybe you held on to people because you thought that maybe you needed to take care of them, or maybe you held on to things because you were so much so, like, Queen of Pentacles is a very caretaker role too. I'll show you the cards that just fell in a minute. It could also be like a resources thing. I believe Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. So water and earth energy. You guys could have very well held on to something for some sort of reason. Again, I told you I was picking up that root chakra energy. Security, safety, stability, whatever. And I feel like with the 9 of Swords here, it's all you guys could think about. I feel like there's the like maybe obsessive thoughts, or the anxious, the racing thoughts, but this is really like everything being held over you, like the world weighing on you. Cards that fell out here: Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That's another resource, again, safety, stability, anything like that. I feel like right now you're in this very defensive mode where you're kind of shutting everything down. And that's what that looks like to me. This definitely feels like a shutting it all down. Nope. Shutting everything down. I don't even care. Like, I feel like you guys want to maybe even hermit a little bit, which is very Virgo energy. Shutting it all down. And I feel like you're like, I'm just saying no to these opportunities, and using your intuition, using that feminine energy again to reconnect with her. And she is like, no, this is no good for you. And I feel like you guys are having this talk with your inner feminine of like, I'm really sorry that I didn't listen to you. I'm sorry that I ignored my intuition when I should have paid attention to it. I'm sorry that I, you know, kind of buried you down deep a little bit and didn't connect with you as much as I should have. You also have 8 of Swords in reverse, which is telling me that you're like, what I feel intuitively is you're working your way out of this hole that you have maybe dug for yourself. It's crawling out of this, you know, like well, like you've just gone so deep in this place where you're like, I have to release myself from that. And really, 8 of Swords in general is kind of creating this prison of the mind, right? The Swords is the air energy. It's how we process or communicate what's on our minds. And this person thinks that they're trapped, but really they're not. They are free. They just kind of create this for themselves. And I love you guys so much. Virgos, you guys ruled by Mercury, you definitely have a tendency to overthink a lot. And I feel like instead of overthinking this and let it run rampant in your mind, you're kind of realizing like, okay, this is that surrender. Like, okay, I have to take control of this and make the conscious choice to change what is in front of me. You know, it's not going to happen for me. It's not just going to suddenly become any better. I have to make that choice to change where I'm at. It has to be me. I have to surrender, release that maybe need for control or the want for control, and just let things play out. Let the pieces fall where they may. And that's you finally being like, I'm saying no to this. No matter how it maybe affects your root chakra or your resources or whatever, I'm saying no to this because I'm doing myself a disservice by continuing to allow it. Because it's your choice. Again, the conscious choice to allow something or to not. Ace of Pentacles in reverse too is just like, you knew maybe that it wasn't going to be good going into it. Whether it's a person or just any situation in your life, it's like you knew that it was not going to bring you what you needed. You're shutting it down before the ace even gets to that point. You're like, nope, no. And you have Three of Cups here. It kind of came out sideways, but I'm going to take it like this because it was more so this way for me as it kind of fell out here. This falls underneath the Page of Cups in reverse. And so I really feel like whatever you're doing, it is like a source of joy in a way, no matter how difficult it might feel or be, because you're able to kind of celebrate that and say, like, what's next for me? Three of Cups also says that you are maybe relying on your community a little bit and saying, like, you know, what do you think of this? Or maybe your community, your friends, your family are stepping in and saying, like, this is such garbage. Like, you know, like, good for you. Like, glad you said no to that, or glad you did this. Okay, and the Emperor, I love that. Yeah, this is the taking back control. And you can have control by choosing when to surrender to something. It doesn't mean that you're releasing your control and being like, screw it, whatever, you know, I just don't care about anything. No, you're still gaining back a sense of control by monitoring and assessing. That's not okay for me. That's not a good thing to have in my life. That causes me more stress. This person causes me more stress. So the Emperor I really like. It is Aries energy, right? And you have the Empress who came out as your overall, but in reverse. Operating way, and look how red that card is too. We were talking about red earlier with the birds. You're operating too much out of your root chakra. Or you were doing that, because I do feel like a lot of this is in the past. You were operating way too much out of your root, out of your masculine energy, the energy of like do, kind of ignoring your intuition, ignoring your feelings about something, and just thinking, how do I solve it? How do I fix it? How do I fix it? And it's like, inaction is still action. You don't have to be the doer and the fixer and whatever all the time. You just don't. You need to focus way more on that Empress energy, turning that right side up for yourself. This could be someone else that you're dealing with, of course, too. And maybe you're saying, no, there is nothing here for me to build off of, right? This could be someone who maybe needs control or is a little rigid, or someone who's more about my way or the highway type of energy. But for me, intuitively, this really feels like you operating a lot out of your masculine energy here. And look, it's not bringing you what you need. That's kind of the way I look at this. With that Ace of Pentacles in reverse next to the Emperor, this is not bringing me what I need. You can look and seek for all the control in the world to fix it and make it better and, you know, be the one in control, but it feels like obsessive control. But it's not going to solve your problem. It doesn't open up that, you know, that Ace of Pentacles for you. It doesn't open up that door. That pathway that's in the back of this card is not, you don't have access to it when you're operating solely out of all that masculine energy. So it's like the control that I feel like you guys maybe wanted or needed to fix it or do it or understand, or again, the mental energy of going over it over and over to be like, I don't get it, how do I fix it? I think that's where the surrender and the acceptance comes in, of like, you can't be the person doing everything for everyone. You can't fix it all the time. You know, you can't always be this tough masculine energy, that tough exterior. You have to soften a little bit sometimes. And I think softening and bringing out that inner feminine again is what will help you open up these paths for you. That surrender, because that's surrendering and going with the flow. That's such a feminine energy. Such a feminine energy. Whoa. Yeah, look at this. 9 of Cups in reverse. Not trying to fix it, not trying to make it any better, not trying to be this person who's like Superman or Superwoman. It falls under the 8 of Swords in reverse. So to me, this is like surrender and acceptance of like, yeah, it's not really making me happy. You know, it's really not. And I think sometimes in our attempt to fix things and do all the things, that we can ignore the main issue, which is that you haven't taken time to fully feel into what's going on. Again, more feminine energy, feeling into your body, feeling into, you know, what is this emotion and why do I feel this way, and allowing it to kind of move through you. Emotions are energy in motion. I think you need to take a minute and stop trying to fix it or overthink it or, you know, change it or understand why, or like whatever it is that you are doing, you're operating so much out of your root chakra. You might even be working a lot just to cope with it. You're like, I'll just work all the time. And then, you know, whatever, that'll solve the problem. No, I think you're operating a lot out of the root, out of your masculine energy. You need to shift over into that feminine energy, going with the flow a little bit more, allowing these things to just flow through you, because 9 of Cups here, reverse, is, wow, I did not get what I wanted, or maybe you lost something that you really liked, or someone you loved, or whatever. It's, you know, not having your wishes granted, not, you know, being emotionally fulfilled with something. And I think this 8 of Swords in reverse is the acceptance that, you know, I'm here because of me. I feel unhappy. It's that acceptance and that awareness of like, okay, I have to admit to myself, like, I'm unhappy. I have to just surrender to that fact that I'm unhappy. I don't have to change it immediately. I can sit in it for a moment and take it all in. I can be in that moment for a minute. Let your feminine energy like come out and speak and tell you what they're feeling. Like, let that energy come forward. I think you need to almost soften to this. Allow it to come out. Feel the pain that's within you. Please don't try to cover it up with something. You know, that reaching for control or understanding or whatever it is that you guys do, you'll know the behavior you probably shouldn't be doing as much, right? Allow the energy to come through and feel it. Feel it, truly feel it. Allow yourself to be sad, to be dissatisfied, to be unhappy. Allow yourself to feel maybe betrayed or hurt or whatever by somebody. Maybe it's just the realization as a whole that, wow, I've been accepting really shitty things in my life. And I need to stop doing that across the board. I have to stop saying yes to people when I don't have the space. I have to stop saying that I can do favors for people when I can't. I have to stop holding it in when I really want to speak my truth. Like, whatever it is, you guys are kind of realizing that, like, wow, I haven't been doing that before, and I need to stop and let my feminine energy come back out to the surface. And it's almost like the feminine energy is this symbolism for the healing that needs to come through. I feel like you guys are covering it up somehow with something. I feel like you guys are just trying to like sweep it under the rug, but you don't think that you are, because you're doing some sort of action. So it feels like the action is like, oh, I have a solution. Like I'm working towards this to fix this. But I think instead you guys are just covering it up with something. That's your way of covering it up, is to just do more. 4 of Pentacles at the bottom as well. Needing to let go. Definitely needing to let go and release. This is about also releasing control. You cannot control the outcome of everything. You can't fix everything. You don't know everything. Love y'all, but I think this is just acceptance that there are some things that you don't know, and some things that maybe you have consciously accepted that are not good for you. And that's okay. And now we change and we move forward and we don't do it again. And that's fine. Yeah, look at this. Ace of Wands also in reverse. You're not happy. This is a lack of passion, a lack of drive, of motivation. Working so much out of your root can cause so much pain. It can also cause depression, lower back pain, really bad. This is like releasing the control and just accepting again, like, maybe I can't fix this right now. I just have to be in the moment. You gotta feel to heal. Let go of the situation and trying to understand maybe why it didn't go the way that you wanted. Oh wow, I have a deja vu, wicked bad. Why it didn't go the way that you wanted. Why didn't it work out the way that you thought it was going to? I feel like I have to tell you guys to stop trying to understand it, because I just think it was a situation that wasn't going to work from the beginning. Whatever it is, or whomever it is. King of Pentacles at the bottom too. Could be you guys, or you could be dealing with another earth sign. But you guys really need to feel more into that feminine energy and allow that to come through. Allow her to speak her truth, okay? And real quick before we end this, let's get a card from the Secret Language of Light. This is going to kind of be like an advice card. If anything, you know, just to kind of sum it up, what do we need to work on the most, or what will help us here? And by us, I mean you. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oops. I might have to read out of the booklet. I think I will read out of the booklet, actually. So what do we have for my Virgo? Sun, Rising, Venus, please. What do we have? Virgos. Everyone is going through, like I said yesterday, overlapping themes. Surrender, acceptance, ascension even. Like really moving through some darker things right now. So... one more. JK, they said one more. Here we go. Oh, channeling. I like that. And you have manifestation at the bottom as well. That's what this one looks like here. Channeling, huh? Wow, channeling insight. Okay, this is such a feminine energy. I like can't even believe it, actually. Authentic truth was also under that. You guys need to express that pain. It doesn't mean that you need to, you know, be miserable, but you need to express it, allow it to come out, give it its space, okay? Give it its own way to come out, to release itself from you. But we have channeling, which is number 3, and we have insight, 13, breaking down to a 4. So that's what these look like. I think you guys really are in need of, I think meditation would be great, considering look at this person right now, you know, looking like they're in a meditative position. I think you guys would do really well meditating right now. And I think this is that feminine energy that you are channeling source right now. You are definitely channeling source. I believe actually this is a feminine figure on here, but I can't really tell. I believe that it is. But allowing yourself to be in those moments, allowing your emotions and things to come forward and giving that space, it's like you may find out some information that you're unaware of. You may tap into something you didn't know, or you may tap into something you didn't think of. It's like that feminine energy for me is blatantly right here. Blatantly. But if you just allow it to come through naturally, you can get the answers that you're seeking. And I think right now it's just kind of about learning that insight, not trying to fix it, just allowing the energies to move through you. All right. So this channeling here, I'm going to hold this up, see if I can do that and read at the same time. Experience your stream of consciousness. You have the ability to tune into different streams of consciousness to gain wise information for healing and expansion. Channeling shifts your awareness so you can stream information from various frequencies. Ah, there it is. It's just like tuning into a radio station. If the information doesn't agree with you, tune into something different. You can't expect to hear rock music on a classical music station. With practice, you'll be able to tune into your soul transmissions very easily. I lost my place. How did I do that? You have focused a part of your stream of consciousness upon the earth plane to experience life in new and varied ways. Your soul loves you so much. It's always transmitting this love and truth even when you have forgotten. And then over here on the other side, it gives you a few things to think about. And it says, is the information consistent? Is the information helpful and valid? Is it uplifting? What is your motivation for channeling energy? Always channel for yourself before helping or trying to channel for another person, which is fair. Acknowledge how Source sees you. Imagine seeing yourself through the eyes of your soul. Open your heart, let love in, and let Source and your soul look at the world through your uniqueness. When ideas pop into your head, write them down. Ponder whether this information makes your heart sing or shrink. So there's that one, channeling, which I think says so much. And then I'm going to read you insight, and then we will wrap it up. All right. Refine your psychic senses. Absolutely. This is so much like getting back to source, getting back to feminine energy. Okay, here's this one again. Try to hold this, not shake. We'll see what happens. You are or about to see further, higher, and deeper through space and time. Your psychic skills are expanding and seeing through the lens of your soul. Hone your abilities by reading about or doing a workshop on intuitive development. We are all psychic. It's part of who we are, but we have thrust this ability into the background in favor of other senses. Problems occur when we keep looking at the manifested world for proof of our worth. You are worthy because you are here. There is nothing to prove. You could become an intuitive reader if this is something that you desire. It could also mean you're here learning to trust what you feel, and the next steps to take will drop into your mind in the following days. I mean, that's what I was saying, right? And then at the bottom here, when your phone rings, before you look at the caller, bring a name into your mind, see if they match. And before meditating, place a clear quartz crystal in the middle of your forehead for 2 minutes and ask for clarity about a subject. This is what I'm saying. If you guys are looking for clarity, you're asking for clarity, the best thing you can do is, again, be in the moment, be with those emotions, allow them to come through and give them the space to express themselves, right? Allow that emotion and that energy to release out of you and be with it for a moment. You guys need to take some time to reflect, take some time to focus more on that feminine energy, do whatever that means to you. Being in nature more, maybe cleansing and protecting yourself a little bit more, you know, following your intuition like this is definitely more along the lines of that feminine energy. But I think you guys need to try to shift a little bit from masculine, shift over into the feminine here, and that will help you release quite a bit. I think it'll make you feel a lot lighter. So I'm going to leave this here for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. Thank you for allowing me the honor to read for you. Really appreciate each and every one of you. If it resonated, if it didn't, hit that like button, drop me a comment, and of course hit that subscribe button and the bell notification for more so you can get notified of my upcoming videos. Words are hard. Yeah, and I think that I'll see you next month. All right.